take out your hair ties and put your hair ties here, like this. Now we're actually almost there. Hold one side of edge and put it into the another side of edge, like this. Actually, now your face mask is done. Just a sec.
Awesome, Kanto. Thank you. All right.
You can also adjust your mask. It's very hard to do with one hand, like this. Okay. Okay.
All right, Kanto. So since we do have a bit of time before we start into method number 2, actually, I'd like to take this time to gather up any questions that any of our guests may have. So are there any questions that any of you might have for Kanto in terms of folding, creases, how his life is going? Alyssa asks, where did you get the cloth?
Where did you get the clothes? On honestly, last year when I bought my jeans, this cloth comes with my jeans, so this is not handkerchief actually. I don't know what this cloth is.
Aaron, this is the perfect time to get creative.
Mm-hmm. Sorry again, Steve.
Right. Alyssa says, cool. All right, Yutong, raise your hand if you could please, Yutong.
Kanto, if you could do any other color, what would you do?
Any other color? I personally really like black. That's why, yeah. If I could, I would choose black to make mask.
Ayanda, thank you for coming. Oh, so you just made it just in time. Kanto, if I could actually have you redo this process once more, that'd be
Sure.
perfect.
Got it.
Also, I forgot to begin recording until you were at step 2, so this is perfect.
Okay. Okay, again. This is very easy method. So yeah, actually I kind of knew it. It can't take 15 minutes to this method.
Yes. So just take this time to gather up your materials, and don't worry if you can't keep up now, because we'll post the recording later on tonight.
Okay, then again, since this is no-sew method, we don't use any needle and thread. What we use is only handkerchief and hair tie, or whatever similar items you have. First step, take out your handkerchief and please fold it into half, like this. After that, please fold it into 3, like this. Okay, next step, please fold this so that the edges meet at the center of the handkerchief, like this. Now please take out your hair ties and put your hair ties here, like this. Now, please put one side into another side. Now you got your face mask. This is pretty simple way. Did you get it? I think it's.
All right, thank you, Kanto, for round 2. Do you want to model for us for maybe a minute? Is that your dog, Kanto?
Sorry. Okay.
Look at that.
Do you guys have any other questions? Or I think it was enough simple to understand, I guess.
And it's personal, creative. You can wash it to keep yourself and others safe.
Yes, exactly.
All right. So I know that some of you, or yeah, most of you have your video up, but I just want to ask, maybe by raise of hand, how many of you are actually making this method right now? How many just finished making a face mask? And if you want to raise your hand, just go into the participants tab and then click raise hand. Oh, just so we can know like how many people are. Okay. So Kevin just made method number 1. I'm guessing it's just Kevin. Okay, and Yutong, perfect. Okay, and without further ado, we're gonna move on to method number 2 now. And so I'm just gonna share my screen so that you guys can just see what you'll be needing. So, oh, there's something in the chat. Naomi says, looks really cool, Kanto.
Thank you.
Right, so method number 2. So you'll need the same exact materials from method number 1, which are gonna be the piece of cloth that you'll be using, either 2 hair ties or 2 rubber bands, and then paper clips. And to be specific, I believe our face mask maker for this method said 4 paper clips, if I'm not mistaken. And if our face mask maker could please introduce herself for method number 2, that would be great. So if you could please introduce yourself.
Hi everyone. I think I need to like quit the screen sharing. Okay.
There you go.
I'm Winnie, and I'll be leading method number 2. So this is the mask that I made, and I'm gonna disassemble it and make it again. So here's what it looks like, and it's pretty good. And I'm gonna wait. Okay. So okay, can you guys see me? So here's like 4 paper clips here. And that's how we're gonna clip everything together. So we just need like elastic band. And
Winnie, you have a question.
Yes.
So Alyssa is asking, would mini binder clips do?
Binder clips. Binder clips. It'll be better if it's like as big as this, because it can hold the cloth together. Like even if it's like more thick. If your cloth is like thicker. A clip of this size.
All right.
So I'm gonna assemble everything right now.
Winnie, Alyssa said thanks. And just to interrupt you for a little bit, Winnie, we have a question in the chat, and that is from Zijia, who says,
Yes.
after using the cloth material one time, do I have to clean it? Can I reuse it? I would highly recommend that you do clean it. And by cleaning, I mean washing your face mask so that once you have to go out again, you can reuse it. So yes, it is definitely reusable. And so I would recommend actually making 3 face mask for yourself per person, so that when one of your face masks are being used, you can, or one of your face masks is quote unquote dirty after going outside, you can throw that into the washer and then use one that you've got on hand. I hope that answers the question. And Wendy, you could please continue.
Okay, so I already disassembled everything. And so right now you can see here's the handkerchief. It's pretty big and it's pretty thin too. So that's why I'm gonna fold it into half, like this. And then we're gonna fold twice. We're not gonna fold like according to the middle, but a little bit like we gonna leave some space like from the middle line. So this is gonna be the middle line. The first fold is gonna be like this, and the second fold. So you're gonna, before you fold this, which means that you're gonna separate into like 3 parts. So that's how it ends up, like this. I'm gonna flip it like here. Cause I don't like the edge here, so I'm gonna conceal it. And the top part, I'm gonna make it adjustable. So you fold once here, just like for the step 2, you separate the handkerchief like into like 3 parts here, 1, 2, and 3, and fold the first one down and fold it up again. So right now you can see an S shape, like this. So after you clip it, it's gonna be adjustable. So after you fold the S shape part on the top, I'm gonna fold the bottom part. So if you have noticed, because I've like folded like two times in step 2, so you will see there's something thing that you can put inside, and that's the thing that um you're gonna put like this part on the top into the bottom part, like here. So you will see something like this. You're already into the bottom part. I hope it's clear. Oops. And after that, I'm gonna use the clips to it. So before I clip it, I already attached the elastic band here. You can use like a elastic band and just cut it into half and tie it like this around the clips. But this one I use actually I use the elastic band from a disposable mask, because like they kind of rip off pretty fast, like and So I just reuse the elastic band of the disposable mask. I mean, reduce, reuse, and recycle, right? So this is the tricky part. This is gonna be the front, and this is gonna be your back. So on the paper clip, you see there's like 2 pins and 1 arc. The pin's gonna go this way. So the arc gonna be on top. The arc gonna be on top. And for the pins inside the paper clips, it's gonna go outside, which means it's gonna be exposed to the front part of your mask. And this one, the outer pin is gonna go through here. So one on the outside and another one here. It's gonna take a little bit time. I'll make it fast. So gonna be how it looks like. This is the inner pin, and the outer pin. It's here. It's stuck here, and this gonna be what it looks like at the back. So I'm gonna do it for the lower part, just to make a band connecting the mask and the elastic band. As you can see, like, it's not easy to put like the clips together. This is the reason why it's gonna make it more firm. It's not easy to get the outer pin to pin it outside. I'm gonna do the other side too. So this is gonna be what it looks like, and this is the finished product. Let me know if I'm going too fast or if my instruction is not clear. I'm gonna try it on. And that's the place that you can adjust. Like this. Oh, it's kind of loose here, but I'm gonna I'm gonna fix it real quick.
All right, Winnie, thank you so much. Looks awesome. All right, while Winnie's fixing up her mask, does anybody have any questions for this method or for Winnie?
So one thing I would like to add is that don't use it again after one time because it's gonna be so loose here. So this is probably the reason why it's not for this part, but other
When-
part is kinda yeah.
Winnie, maybe you should mute one of your device.
Yeah, I already unmute one.
Okay, now your audio is a lot better. At first, we were hearing a lot of echoing for some reason.
Oh, I see. How about right now?
Kind of better. Okay. Does anybody else have any other questions? Going once? Going twice? So, no questions. Okay, if not, I just wanted to ask, Winnie, if you could please mute yourself because I keep hearing myself through you. All right, perfect. By raise of hand through the participants tab, how many of you made this face mask? And Alyssa also says, good job, Winnie. Okay, thank you. And so now we're going to move on to method number 3, which is the actual sewing option. Does that, so I'm guessing that most of you are waiting for this option or for the ironing option. And so we're going to move on to our next face mask maker. If you could please unmute yourself and start your video. Ethan, you're up.
Hey guys, my name is Ethan, and today I'll be demonstrating how to make a face mask using the sewing option. Okay, so my demo isn't going to be as hands-on as the rest of my colleagues have been, because if you might know from sewing, it takes a long time. So yeah, I made like a presentation for that. And
Excuse me, Ethan. Would you mind if I just like interrupt it for a little bit?
sure. Yeah.
Hi everyone. I'm sure you're seeing the timer at the top of our Zoom meeting right now. We really apologize for that. So if it closes down, please just come back to the same link so that we restart the meeting and the timer resets. Thank you for your understanding.
Oh. On that note, like, would it be better if we just like refreshed it?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
And so if you could also please do that, that would be awesome. So we will see you all momentarily.